About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 28-yard line.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
To the air with McCarthy. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Micah Parsons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And inside give to Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing routes, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Well, the Vikings had 8-3 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Open man, that's Felton. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard yards shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Love, he's going to change the play here. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Love. And Diggs has it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Blue 32, ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Yellow, 22.
To throw now, here's Love. Finds his receiver, Watson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll, given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw McCarthy. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
9 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop in.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Throwing is McCarthy. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Lucas Van Ness in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. On play action, McCarthy. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
38-yard line.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, McCarthy gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw. McCarthy. He'll find Jones again, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
12 more yards there and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
At the 60. At the 60. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 more there and another first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's going to be.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Jordan Mason, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Got it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
And Jacobs, I don't think he's going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Here we go, set. Quick, black, set.
They go with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brand, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Packers 3. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set punt. Yellow, 22. Smash, red. Black shot. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ready, set.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
And Andrews lost the football. And he'll go down at the 28. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They will throw again here with Jordan Love.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And McManus had a little too much slice on it. It's no good, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Ready, break. Red, cycle.
Love looking to throw it.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
2nd and 10.
Mega. Down.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here's Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over.
Incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 9-yard line.
Ready up. Coconut. Take 3. Ready. Hawk 70. Hey. Ready.
Looking to throw. McCarthy.
Micah Parsons. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man He's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
On third down, here's Jones. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It's complete to Diggs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Field, black. Hut.
Love now. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready?
Play fake. Here's Love.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mark Andrews, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10.
Vikings 21, Packers 10. Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
1 yard gain.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
To the air with McCarthy.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Running right, Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Here's McCarthy.
He completes it to Jones. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On play action, now McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw again.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jordan Addison, 40 yards. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone, where they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And that one too high. And incomplete. So the decision to throw out that challenge flag, a good one, as they'll get credited with the completion.
Ready. Black. Next. Ready.
Throwing. Love.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Love.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Play action this time with Love. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. 2 yards to go, second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
To throw now. Here's Love. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And the Packers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Drill, 50, green jack, 10 black, cut, hunt.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and he'll force the incompletion.
Ready, set.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Come on, cut, cut.
Jacobs is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? Third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagle. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Hold the look, hold the look, hold.
Running left, Mason. And he stopped immediately there. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Again, it's Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 4. An inside give to Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Throwing to start the drive. Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Black, 60 red. 60 red.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Packers 1st down.
Back to throw again.
1st down, Green Bay.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's another Packers 1st down.
Well, Love wants to shift things around.
Again, he'll drop the throw.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Love from the gun. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using...
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession.
Looking to put a drive together.
Looking to throw McCarthy. To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd down and 6 now.
McCarthy off the play fake. Now he's going to step up and run.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
On the give, it's Mason. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Vikings, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.